I was thinking, I was just thinking, and sometimes the sixth sense tells you something. The way I've grown, I usually associate it with women. There are times you can see a woman telling you, I don't want things to go this way or another way or this way. You ask kwa nini, anasema ni hivyo tu, whatever. But later on, you sit with her, especially if she's your spouse, sit with her and find that she was right. Then ask, how did you come to this conclusion? Says, no, I just had that feeling. Sometimes we backbite neighbors. You see your spouse telling you when you are two, unaona hiyo familia wako hivi na hivi na hivi. Later on, you come to discover it is that way. Then you ask, how did you know? I says, just that feeling. Those who interact a lot with the adult women will have discovered that the women have a seventh sense that tells them, a woman just says, no, I don't want you to sign a contract with so and so. Then later she says, nilikwambia. But when you sit down and say, why? She says, I just had that feeling I don't need that person. I think I've developed that seventh sense and I wanted to share with you. Look at it this way. How long has Kipchirchir or William Samuel Ruto been the president of Kenya? Less than 2 years. Yeah, less than 2 years. Look at William Samuel Ruto. He has already declared pro-Ukraine. Actually, there was even a meeting which he attended, and he had a one-on-one with the Ukrainian president within the 2 years. William Ruto has expressed some things so openly that I would not be shocked if at this point in time, William Ruto is the most favored African president in the West, overtaking all those who are there, just within 2 years. Have you noticed that? Within 2 years, he was invited. You see, there is there is various steps. I think there are 5 for a president to go to the US. But if the president goes to the US, even if the president goes there for summer holiday, the Secret Service has to be involved. Remember, when the Tanzanian president came to try and talk things about Raila, Ruto camp said they are not aware that she came, because for the president to come, even in private capacity, he or she has to coordinate with the ministry, with the host ministry of foreign affairs. But she had not talked to the Kenyan Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So according to the Kenyan government, they are not even aware that she came. So for you to go to America, even to visit a relative, if you are the president, the Secret Service has to know. And they have to organize your visit. The visits they are on 5 levels. There is that level you just, I'm just visiting my brother in Houston, Texas, or my cousin in Seattle. But the Secret Service have to be officially be informed by Kenyan Ministry of Foreign Affairs has to inform their counterparts in the US, and they have to organize with the Secret Service on how a visiting president is going to be, and atamalizia huko tu na aende, maybe they'll just talk with the US president. But Ruto has just come. He has bypassed level 1, level 2. He went to level 4. The only, the maximum thing that the president would have done, that one I'm calling level 5, was to address the Congress. He did not address the Congress. Otherwise, if he would have addressed the Congress, he would have been given the highest honor. Just within 2 years of becoming the president. I'm saying this because Russia could not be happy. Russia, KGB, Russia could not be happy because of Ukraine. Russia could not be happy. Maybe Russia would have been happy. And I'm giving Russia 5 points and China 3 points. Maybe Russia could not be happy for him expressing his support for Ukraine. Maybe Russia is not happy with the way he has jumped the queue and gone that ahead. And any meeting of African countries by the West where Ruto is not present, the West is not happy. I'm seeing, my sixth sense, I told you about ladies. They just tell you, no, don't deal with this person. And when you say, okay, give me proofs, say, no, I just feel like that. I'm also feeling like that. I'm feeling that Russia is not happy. And then, let me tell you, because 95% of my viewers have no clue about intelligence. We have people who are called sleeper agents. Sleeper agents. Western country, big countries can afford to employ sleeper agents. Sleeper agents are agents who are placed in various places. They are placed in various places and they are fully paid. Yeah, they are fully paid. Actually, during our training, we were even asking that sometimes when you have agents, both sleeper and open, you have to be very careful because you pay the agent according to the closeness to the source. Whom can I give an example? Kenyans will only wait for me to mention their person and then they say, unaona? Okay, suppose I have an influence over the whole Luhya tribe. And the NIS would get somebody who is very close to me to influence me. Even if right now I have no influence on the Luhyas, but I show the importance of in the future having influence on Luhya. They'd recruit somebody close to me. But then the more serious the target, the more money that person gets. For example, Joseph Kony. Surrounding Joseph Kony, if you don't know, because Joseph Kony is a Ugandan rebel. People surrounding Joseph Kony, I'll expect Museveni to be paying them a lot. Even if they have no information. So that the time when they are needed, that is why they are called sleepers. They just sleep. The day they are needed, then they'll be woken up to act. I expect the West intelligence to have so many sleepers in Kenya. And I expect the East also to have the same. And we have some who are double agents, triple agents, and whatever. I'll just give 2 examples in Kenya. Do you know somebody called Mackenzie? Bruce Mackenzie? You can Google Bruce Mackenzie. He was bombed by Amin over Ngong Hills when he was coming to Wilson Airport. Bruce Mackenzie was believed to be an agent of Mossad in Israel. He was believed to be an agent of CIA, and he was also believed to be an agent of M15 of the British. You know somebody called John Jenga, the one who shot Tom Mboya? This very same fellow may have been a triple agent. He was sent by Tom Mboya to kill Jomo, that is one. And then Jomo sent him to kill Tom Mboya. And he had been sent to Bulgaria by Oginga Odinga. So he may have been an agent for the three. So there are those sleeper agents who sleep, and at the right time they're called. My seventh sense is telling me that these sleeper agents were now directed to the cyber space. These sleeper agents by Russians, they were, and you know these people are usually trained to have somebody in hand who could take over. But Kenya, that is now where failed states come in. In Kenya, we do not have an alternative. The alternative is headed to Addis Ababa. So we don't have an alternative. So the Russia says, kaende kaende. If that is the case, then at afadhali Kenya iwe failed state. And I can tell you, although mimi ni rika ya Uhuru na Barack Obama, I can tell you that since cyberspace is unregulated, and it is not within one country. You see, if it was Mwakenya, I'm not talking of Mwakenya Mutiani Kuiba, I'm talking of Mwakenya yakina Wafula Buke and others. If you talk about Mwakenya of those days, it was easy to go around Subukia, go where, surround them all. But this cyber, somebody may even be controlling our youth from out of the country. Now, the question is, why is the NIS failing here? The NIS is failing here because, one, you can trace it back. You cannot tell me Kenya has failed in 2 months. I remember, if my neck-top has not entered virus, I remember when Peter Kenneth was the assistant minister for planning, he foresaw something. He said, Kenyans, we are opening so many universities, we are opening so many colleges, students are passing exams and whatever. If somebody conducts Peter Kennedy, he'll tell you that. He was seeing a situation where for every 10 positions, we are graduating 100 people per year. Now, if this year, let's say 10 people graduate, no, 100 people graduate and there are 10 positions, 90 have not done it. Then the following year, 100 people graduate, 15 people are employed. So it is 85 plus 90. It becomes 85 plus 90, that comes to 175 in 2 years. We are even having degrees, actual science. Anyway, sijui ni ya nini. But anyway, I'm telling you the actual things. Maybe I'm an actualistic scientist. Finally, the person aliharibu intelligence was one Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. During my time, we always were encouraged by our teachers, Kina Mr. Okatu and so on. We were being told to work hard, we may end up being the director of intelligence. Moi reached somewhere, he decided that the highest somebody can reach in the intelligence is number 2. Because the head of intelligence, Moi decided has to be a military person. So the military, general come, general go, general come, general go, general come, general go. Now, it is good that they have brought Hussein, Nurdin Haji. But then, there is also that challenge. Nurdin Haji not being squarely since fair and whatever. Another thing that I wanted to say that spoiled our intelligence. You see, let me ask a question. Maybe you don't know, but I know. Have you ever heard of any person coming out of Nyati House taking any other job apart from private? Well, we have Kina Lati, Kina So. They would end up in a ministry as deputy secretary. Yes, they used to end up in ministries on desk job. You had the deputy president saying that when Haji went there, he took a lot of the people out and took them to the desk. Yeah, in the intelligence, if you have retirement age, you go home. If you have some few years to go, you are taken to the ministries, to the desk. So desk is the only, and you know desk, you are hidden, nobody knows you. Actually, in the ministry, people just say, unaona ile mtu ako room number 15, he used to be a special branch officer. It is only the desk in the ministries. Deputy secretary is where most ended. We have only one Hinga who ended up as the overall police commissioner. Others desk or home. And what did Uhuru do? Uhuru took an intelligence officer, took him to anti-corruption. He headed anti-corruption. Uhuru took an intelligence officer and made him director of public prosecution. Uhuru made an intelligence officer be the inspector general of police. Uhuru, yeah. So the mentality within the intelligence now started being that, let me be loyal to the system. Let me be loyal to the system so that anything opening up, maybe even prison, who knows? I would maybe be made the commissioner of prison. That is where they started. Of course, we started being a special branch. We started being sycophants in 1968. If you read the directive number 1, says you report to me. You report to me. Now things became so worse that in 1990, Moi even sent an award that we should not report on his family and his friends. Now, how open is a family? Somebody has two. Somebody with 4 wives is not like somebody with 1 wife, isn't it? Kikuyu cousin and the Luhya cousin is a different definition, because a Kikuyu, you'd be lucky if a Kikuyu gave you a list of 50 cousins, but a Luhya who gives you 50 cousins is a born town. Otherwise, you'll find people staying in town after kujuana. Hey, we clan gani? Mimi ni Msamo. Oh, na mama yako ni clan gani? Oh, mamangu mamangu ni Mshu. Oh, Mshu hata mimi niko na ukoo kwa Washu. Then they start sending message home. Ah, then they promote each other. You are my cousin, or you are my uncle, or you are my nephew. That way, that. So when Moi said, do not report on my relatives, and that is where it spoiled. I think, as I've said, there should be a cleanup in the intelligence. We should also cease giving, apart from being directors or even cabinet secretaries and whatever. But I don't want to hear that the new PS for immigration is an intelligence officer. Oh, sijui nini nini. It makes the intelligence officer now become psychophantic. They let them just go back to there. They're just like doctors and teachers. If you look at a teacher who has trained everybody, or a doctor who has treated everybody, and they get peanuts, intelligence officer accept peanuts, but be loyal to your country. Thank you.